I was dying, son. What jersey you got? You got the white, right? You home, man. You got to get white. You got to get white. You home, bro. Home was always white. Home is always white, man. See, like, that's what people don't understand. If you want to, like, I got this one, so if you want to use a different one than that, they ain't going to collide. It just makes the game more formal, bro. You know what I'm saying? True. Facts. He said, all he could say was that he blind. I was just describing him so I could let you know I know who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. Because we didn't get a chance to talk. You know what I mean? I sort of do a whole documentary. Yeah, but it's all good. We all got dudes in our family like that.
City Thunder on the road as they take on their Western Conference rival in today's game. Where the Rockets
I know you was like this nigga. Yeah, I know you was tight. Like, what the fuck, man? Can we change the subject?
This is Kevin Hart.
Said, can we change the subject, please, y'all? He said, Brock was like, can we please just change the subject, y'all, please, man? Shit. He argued with every individual that was in the chat. It's good to have knowledge. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? But it's good to have knowledge, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade.
The best learner is one that listens.
Inside, you've got Ibaka and Kanter. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Here's Capella. The feed to Harden. To the inside. Stolen by Cantor. Westbrook again. It's Beverly. Westbrook passes to Waiters. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Fucking computer.
Oklahoma City on D.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Inside. It's tipped. Down low. And the jam by Kevin
Get this shit
Durant.
started, man. Nah, I just started a little bad.
A steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case of that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Wake you up a little.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
Up a little bit.
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
it.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Howard. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Westbrook. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Down low. Here's Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Capella. Kicks it out to Harden. Howard up on top. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. It's Howard with the drive. 5 on the clock. Harden dishes to Ariza. Second shot opportunity. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Well, guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Ibaka with the screen on Ariza. It's stolen. On the wing, Harden. He's guarded by Waiters. Harden against Waiters.
Good shit.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
When you're defending Harden, it really is a pick your poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man.
Houston making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. They get the rebound. Rockets trailed by 4. Harden outside. Got a hand on it. Howard kicks to Ariza. He feeds it to Beasley. Pass to Howard. Back to Beasley. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Moniunas is checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terrian for Patrick Beverley. Takes it from 10. Here's Durant. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot, when they had to shut him down.
And he makes both free throws.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with these, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
The Thunder leading by 4. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. Beasley with the steal. Now in transition is Brewer. Look at that.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Singler, he's checked in for the Thunder. Andre Robertson comes in for Dion Waiters. Thunder have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. We're going back to Corey Brewer. He also has a sixth sense of sniffing out steal opportunities. Very quick hands. He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
And Kevin, Corey's one of those guys that's always going to give that effort offensively and find ways to contribute there. But more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor. It never shuts down.
They trying to slow that momentum down from Ibaka. They said, "Hold on, we gotta sort this out."
Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the mega stars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Rockets trailed by 4. Terry outside. He dishes it to Beasley. Feeds it to Moniunas. Back to Beasley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Terry. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting. Up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
Fuck, nigga.
That one is off.
Boy, and for Randy Foye, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well. You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Brewer passes to Moniunas. He kicks to Brewer. And they will get the basket here, folks.
That's bullshit right there. That's bullshit, yo.
But the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Well, Thunder have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running.
Especially from Ibaka, too, man.
Outside Westbrook. Roberson. And released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Fuck me just now, man.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. The guys of the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant.
Shit corny as
then
fuck.
There's Anthony Morrow. And it's Cantor in the center position.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark with the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Westbrook up top, defended by Beverly. It's Westbrook with the drive. Kicks to Cantor. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Clock at 6. Beverly dishes to Howard. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Here's Roberson. Harden with the defensive effort.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Dishes to Ariza. Back to Harden. Pass to Ariza. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Swiped away. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Morrow leading the charge.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Beverly against Westbrook. Here's Howard. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Beasley against Durant. To the wing on the left. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Roberson. Passes it to Westbrook. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Enes Kanter. Waiters comes in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Foy in for Andre Robertson. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Harden kicks to Capella. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Harden draws the double. Here's Ariza. And that misses everything.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Beverly the pass to Capella.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Durant against Ariza. And there's the pass to Adams. Harden against Waiters. There's Foy with the 3. Rebounded by Capella.
And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunked so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting him.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, gee, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Monty Eunice is checked in for Ariza. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Tyrion for Patrick Beverly. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. A minute 20 left here in the second. And it's Terry off the drive. Here's Monty Eunice. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The dish to Waiters. Back to Westbrook.
Wrong way, man.
Taken away by Brewer. To the paint. Knocks it loose. Monty Eunice dishes to Beasley. Now the feed to Monty Eunice. Clock at 4. Ibaka comes with the double team.
Bellingham out with the bullshit, man. Bellingham out, man.
Taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country, but now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential. You know,
You could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them. And the first half comes to a close.
Be like that
We've got a close
sometimes.
game going on here. Thunder lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
I say glitz like a motherfucker,
Harden
man.
doing it all. He has 11 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in the power forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Out to Ibaka. Tries from 16. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists now in the game. Capella. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Capella's got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Westbrook kicks to Waiters. Adams outside. That one off the back iron and out. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Ariza passes to Capella. Misses the layup.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, when you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive.
Good on the second free throw.
And a final note on the Thunder defense. A lot of it is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared to challenge shots, and they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense.
And Beverly kicks to Howard.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Westbrook against Beverly. Westbrook drives in. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this stuff.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
A good look for Singler. Drains the 19-footer. And now a 4-point Thunder lead.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
There's a good screen. Westbrook against Beverly. He feeds it to Howard. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant, Clark, as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Durant. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Durant with the steal. And oh, here we go. Foy's got it. The fast break chance. For three. It's rebounded by Houston. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Rockets trailed by 5. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Harden draws the double to the inside. Ariza passes to Beverly. Here's McDaniels. He dishes it to Beverly. Down low. Here's Ariza. Lays it up and banks it in. Ariza's got his second basket.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Yo, hold on one second.
Now a timeout call.
All right, ready?
Called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Houston with a big grid substitution here. Monteunitas is checked in for Howard. Beasley comes in for Trevor Ariza. Corey Brewer is checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Serge Ibaka is checked in for the Thunder. Westbrook comes in for Randy Ford. Pass to Monteunitas. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monteunitas. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Terry setting the pick for Beasley. Feeds to McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Westbrook can't get it to go.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
52 seconds left in the third. Oklahoma City leading by 7.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them were closeness. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year, in spite of all the injuries.
Timeout called the Rockets. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, you know, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defensive.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Good on both. 24 seconds left to play in the third. Terry against Westbrook. Terry dishes to McDaniels. He kicks to Moniunas. Just 5 to shoot. The wide open look here for Terry. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Thunder. They're up by 7. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Rockets trail by 7. Taking a look at the Thunder. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Cantor in the 5 down low. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Harden draws the double. Kicks to Howard. Here's Ariza. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Inside. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Westbrook against Beverly. It's Westbrook with the drive. Dishes to Durant. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Westbrook against Ariza. And it's sent back by Howard. Pass to Ariza. Back to Howard. Great D that time from Durant. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Westbrook.
And 1.
And the rejection by Harden.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Thunder have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Waiters is checked in. Durant attacking. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
It's Harden with the drive. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Westbrook kicks to Waiters. Oklahoma City the rebound. Howard with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Ariza.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run. You can see right there why he does.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy. One of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat, remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by Durant. And that's 10 points for Enes Kanter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Oh, shit.
Ball movement.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Back to Loud City.
And Durant, here we go.
Come on, Durant. Fuck
The
what you
rebound
doing,
goes
man?
to the Rockets.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in
Good
close.
pass.
Beasley with a clean look.
That nigga can't shoot, though.
Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Stolen by McDaniels. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Here is Durant. Fires from the wing. Again, Durant missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
It's Terry outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Durant got his third rebound tonight. Raiders on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets trailed by 12. Here's McDaniels. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited
little bit of
comeback
my bitch,
tonight,
no.
albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Oklahoma City.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. And Clark, you had talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity. They deserve to win this one.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Westbrook. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Randy Ford. Durant against Ariza. Cantor sets the pick for Durant. Here's Ibaka.
Ibaka doing all kinds of things. He has 11 points, and he's played the role
Forget
of the
about
best
Ibaka,
today,
11
too. I mean,
points.
He's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how
Nah,
high his
got
basketball
you, bro.
IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
And the second free throw, good.
A slight hiccup at the line, but he did what he needed to finish this game off.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Waiters. They get the rebound. Cantor against Ariza. Westbrook passes to Cantor. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's
Live
always
in
a good win
stereo.
when you play the kinds
Do we
of
got any
games
viewers?
they have played tonight. I mean, especially though when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
We on ESPN live.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it.
I told you, son.
Here's Waiters, and he gets it to go. By 16.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win.
Okay.
To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA. Presented
That's the
by
only reason why,
2K
because that's the
Sports.
way it,
So long
you
and
was
good night,
giving it to
everyone.
me with him, so that's the way I play with him. Like, I could do it differently with him and do, like, shoot threes or do a couple mid-ranges. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was scoring. Cantor had 13. Cantor was my top scorer. Cantor had 13. Westbrook had 12. Ibaka had 12. Durant had 10. Waiters had 7. Robinson had 7. Singler had 2. Everybody was scoring on my team then. Adams had 2. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Hello? What you want to do? You want to run another one or you straight, bro? Alright. Hello? Yo, nigga, don't call my phone. Don't say nothing, nigga. I don't want to be disturbed right now. I'm on. Yo, what up, man? What's good? Chilling. What you doing? Oh, alright, just hit me. I'm playing this 2K, my nigga. Just hit me when you remember, bro. Yo, Brock, give me a couple of minutes. I just want to burn this boat real quick, alright? I'm going to pick out teams and shit. Get us going. Get us going real quick. What am I doing? What the fuck? Where am I at? Yeah, man. We live in stereo on ESPN. I call this one Brocky and Preme and Brock Rivalry. I'm not gonna pick it, so just give me one. Matter of fact, I'll just pause it, right? I'm just going right out my window. I ain't been leaving the room. All right. When you do your settings, just don't unpause it, all right? What you mean? No, you can't do it not on this screen. When you playing random teams. Yeah, you know when you picking your point of emphasis and all that. Oh, it's raining and shit.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the end.
Alright. My bad about too long, my G. Yeah. Facts, man. Facts. I missed that fight night shit, man. I was a fight night fiend, man. I missed that fight night, man. Yeah, see, I know CC, we got a lot of shit in common. I'll get that shit immediately, man. Once I see it pop up.
Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder. Tip-off goes to Houston, and the Houston Rockets starting 5. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Howard, and it's Capella in the 4.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target. And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy. One of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe
Yo.
Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott.
What's good with you?
His desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
All right.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
Now here's Ariza following the shot by Kevin Durant. They set the screen. Harden the pass to Howard. 5 to shoot. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul. You know, Greg, for waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Clark, hard to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons,
Right.
which I...
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Screen by Howard. Here's Harden. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Harden's got his second basket.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Durant, and he drops it in from the low post. Durant's got his first 2 points. Ariza kicks to Capella. Back to Ariza. Pass to Howard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and LA that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. And it seems, Greg, that, you know, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Ariza with it. Guarded now by Durant. Kicks it to Howard. Westbrook with the steal. And first time of the game called for Oklahoma.
Yo, my brother pull up. I just got to go outside and get my son. You hear me?
He
should be pulling up any minute. I'll let you know.
Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list.
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there.
Houston making some changes. Yunus is checked in for Howard. Beasley comes in, and it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly.
And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunks so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting him.
Harden against Waiters. Harden outside. Clock at 6. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Harden's got 8 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. The 19-foot shot, and he drops that one in.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
On the wing, Harden. Harden draws the double. Pass to Yunus. Houston needs to get a shot off. It's Harden with the drive. No luck. Great D that time from Durant.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Westbrook kicks to Waiters. And he dunks it down.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to.
You know Harden don't play D. He was just tying his shoes when he went by him.
Enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
And now the first time out.
Harden don't play no D.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long. The Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that great The Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And
yeah, they do.
Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
For the Thunder, Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Roberson in for Dion Waiters. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. Westbrook dishes to Singler. Westbrook passes to Singler. They grab their own miss. And Motiejunas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Westbrook. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Now, here's Brewer. He's tightly guarded. Here's Motiejunas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
So he gets them both. Like last season, we saw Motiejunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Adams' shot is good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And it's Terry off the drive to the paint. Stolen by Westbrook. So at the end of one quarter of play, still.
With D Westbrook.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, Howard is out there with Beasley. Then there's Brewer. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's McDaniels at the two-guard. Shot's good. Howard's got 5 points so far.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Durant's checked in. And then for Houston, Capella's checked in. And it's James Harden in for Brewer.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Harden. The Thunder pull it in. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in.
Well, I tell you what, guys, last season the Thunder were fantastic on the glass. I mean, they started out as a great rebounding team and got even better after their trades.
Last season, the Oklahoma City Thunder led the entire NBA in rebounding. Greg, they did well on both ends. First in the league in offensive rebounds and second in defense.
And, Kevin, the thing that sticks out for me, for OKC, everybody rebounds. The guards, the bigs, the wings. It really has a huge impact and allows you to have that many more possessions. So if this team is healthy, watch out.
Cantor checked in for Steven Adams.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
To the middle. And it's slammed in by Howard.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And Kevin, that's a little taste of what can happen when the big guy takes it up strong.
Well, I guess he does have it in him then to get up off the ground when he needs to and rock it to the rim.
Yeah, you know, guys, he's never going to elevate that high, but he compensates and makes up for it with his height.
Rockets trailed by 3. Here's Harden. Tries again. And it's Howard laying it in. Howard's got 9.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
To the paint. And stolen by Howard. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Foy. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And with that speed, once he took off, he just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Boy, and for Randy Foy, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years.
Yo, he outside. I'm going to pause it real quick, all right?
Was the highest it's been in 5.
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
5 years as well.
For Oklahoma City, Roberson comes in for Anthony Morrow. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Randy Ford. Houston with a big group substitution here. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for McDaniels. Trevor Ariza's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And Durant comes to help. 3 on the clock. Talking about Randy Foye last year, one difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for
Let's go.
a few years in there, but last season, I really feel like he got it back. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's Durant on the wing. He feeds it to Cantor. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Rockets trailed by 5. Ariza goes in. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's on Jason Terry. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Now a timeout called by Houston. One of the most dominant players in 2014 is Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. Smith comes in for Michael Beasley. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. Pushing it up. And it's Westbrook missing.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Waiters is checked in. And a switch here also for Houston. McDaniels checked in. It's Westbrook with the drive. To the inside. Ibaka. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
On the wing, Harden. He's guarded by Waiters. Shot clock at 6. Harden kicks to Howard. And the shot is long.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Westbrook against Harden.
I thought you was.
The Thunder shot 75% of the stripe, 6 of 8. First one falls for him.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical. He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
To the middle. Here's Ariza. For Houston, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
19 seconds left to play here in the half. Waiters on the wing. Durant with it. Back to Waiters. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's before you sleep on them, so I just use them because you niggas sleep on them.
And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the...
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And finished off by Westbrook.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Harden. Harden draws the double. Ariza with it. Guarded now by Durant. From downtown. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Harden.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
Oklahoma City leading by 11. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
No good with the wing jumper. Back to Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
I'll take that.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Steven Adams comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Andre Robertson in for Kevin Durant. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
Oh.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now a timeout called by Houston. When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Durant's checked in for the Thunder. Houston also making some changes. Capella's checked in, and Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Corey Brewer.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Oh, man.
And it's Westbrook missing.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing. Allen Iverson, I always felt, was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor. You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles
and one. Give me that back.
But you can see the intensity is the same between them. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Beverly wide open. The three-pointer is right on target. Beverly's got 6 points. And Westbrook, here we go. It's stolen by Ariza. Here's Harden. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Puts it up off the inbound. Excellent D there from Beasley. Rockets trailed by 8.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Dion Waiters. Checked in for the Thunder. Foy comes in for Russell Westbrook. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Foy dishes to Waiters. And the pass to Foy. It's a nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Adams. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not a time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Rockets trailed by 10. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Feeds to Ibaka. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And it's 7 points for Serge Ibaka.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Dwight Howard's checked in for Capella. McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And Durant comes to help. Here's Ariza. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three.
Oh, my goodness. What is he doing? What are you doing?
Out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
What is he
And the
doing?
Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Durant attacking. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. No doubt about it, he has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
4 seconds left. Misses the layup. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 12. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Patrick Beverly out there with Corey Brewer. And it's Ariza in at the three. The Thunder leading by 10. Westbrook passes to Roberson.
Oh, no.
Singler outside. Dishes it to Roberson. He kicks it to Durant. Puts it up from 12. Cannot hit. And it's Houston the other way. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And a change for the Rockets. James Harden, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Here's Roberson. Inside. Here's Singler. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Singler's got the lead up to 14 now for the Thunder. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Kyle Singler. And it's Waiters in for Roberson. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
It's Harden with the drive to the left side wing. And Beverly kicks to Beasley. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Cantor.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Down low. And that one is hammered home.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Here's Westbrook. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of
my
UNLV.
goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
Beasley left side. And here's Beverly. Back to Beasley. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here come the Thunder again. Oklahoma City with a fast break.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And Greg, if they continue to make those kind